Good afternoon, everyone. I'm State Senator Amanda Cappelletti. I represent parts of Delaware and Montgomery counties just outside of Philadelphia. When I was trying to think about what I wanted to say here today, because I have some legislation, I spoke out on the floor yesterday about it being National Fair Housing Month. I did a little quick research because I thought, hey, isn't housing a human right under the United Nations? And I want you to know that housing as a human right goes back decades at the United Nations. Housing is a human right. So what are we doing? Well, we did pass this bill several years ago in Washington, D.C. to protect people with the National Fair Housing Act. But what are we doing here in Pennsylvania? Are we continuing to uphold those beliefs? And I think what you're hearing today is that while Washington, D.C. is working to dismantle everything that we have built upon from the 60s to be a better, more equitable community, we as Senate Democrats, the House Democrats, and our governor, we are standing up and saying, no, we worked hard to make this a reality. We are working hard to continue to make home ownership, to make life equitable and fair for more and more people. So I'm going to take a moment to talk to you about what that means. That means for young people maybe renting an apartment that has stable rent. That looks like individuals who are my age, saddled with student loan debt, and do not come from a family that gives them the basis for a down payment, trying to find an apartment or in a house to rent in a community that makes sense for them, that is accessible by public transit, that has nice roads or schools they want their kids to attend, if they even want to have children. All of these things build upon each other. And I will tell you that as a state senator, that is one of the things I hear the most from my constituents is, my rent is going up, I don't know how I'm going to afford it. And it's not my rent is going up by $100 a month. It's not my rent is going up by 3%, 5%. I am talking about people who have lived in these homes and apartments for years, for decades, whose rents are spiking by 20, 30, and 40%. That is not affordable. These individuals don't know where they're going to go and many times find themselves on the street. And in fact, I heard from a constituent who was scared that she would lose her life because she needed a place to live to get the medical treatment she needed to survive, quite literally. And she didn't know what was going to happen. With that in mind, I've introduced a bill to create statewide rental protections that caps how much rents can be increased at any one time. It is incumbent upon us as state legislators, as a state government, especially now when we have Trump and Musk and everything that is happening with chaos in Washington, D.C., for us to band together and provide stability for our communities. And that is what we are doing by working to ensure that housing is a human right here in Pennsylvania. And we cannot get rid of every barrier, but we will do everything we can to take down as many barriers as we can. Thank you.